Hey everyone, how are we doing? Welcome back to another video. We're here at the Corsair booth once again at CES 2020, where actually there's not as much stuff as there often is, but I think the quality of what we got on offer is probably better than always, better than ever, better than, I don't know. We're starting with the K95 Platinum XT. I'm not sure what the XT stands for. Extraterrestrial maybe, it's out of this world. I should work in their marketing team. And we've got three different keyboards here. They're all the same keyboard but with different switches. So we've got blue, brown and speed. And what they've done is pretty much address, I think, a lot of the issues that I had with the Platinum keyboard from before, because this is meant to be the best of the best, the bee's knees. And for £200, it really needs to do everything. So they've actually improved the wrist rest, or the palm rest, I think is the most noticeable thing, I think, for me, because this used to be hard and it was just pretty useless in my opinion, whereas now this actually does cushion you a little bit when you're using it. You've got PBT double shot keycaps across all of the keycaps this time. You can also now use this with the Stream Deck. So if you have an Elgato Stream Deck, or if you want one, I suppose I should say, and you don't have enough keys, then it integrates by using the macro keys, and you can interchange them. So you can have some set up in iCUE, some set up with the Stream Deck software, and then there's an overlay that will appear on your computer while you're playing a game. So if you want to start streaming, maybe turn on your lights. So it's nice to see that they've actually gone and improved this. We'll be testing it in the coming weeks. Mine has actually already arrived, but I haven't taken it out of the box. This, the thumbnail image, I think is the most interesting thing here on display. And this isn't actually a product yet, but they're saying it will hopefully be coming out later in the year. And this is pretty much like an invisible film that actually goes over or inside the tempered glass. And you can see we then have some RGBs that are actually appear to be inside the panel, and they're very low powered. You can't see them when they're off, but when they're on, you get this beautiful display that you can control with iCUE. So you can have RGB to the max without actually having any RGB inside your PC at all. It's been a little bit divisive. Some people really like it, others not quite so much. I think that, bearing in mind this is just a concept, is really exciting, because if you think that we can do a whole tempered glass panel on the front and back and make something look big and bold and awesome, you could also do something a little bit maybe smaller in scale. You could have a case and you could put RGB pretty much anywhere in places that we haven't seen it before and make some really cool, unique designs. I don't know, let me know down in the comment section below where you would like to see Copelic's invisible RGB. With the magic of moving and editing, you can now see that we're at the Corsair streaming station. So we have some new lights, new key lights, and these are a lot smaller than the older ones, so they're actually a lot more suitable if you do want to use these as desk lights for your streaming station. But it's actually this computer that I think is the most interesting thing at this station, because this isn't just your average 280X chassis. This is the Origin PC, the Big O, and you can get this in a PS4 or Xbox One edition, where you have your customizable PC in the left chamber and then your Xbox or your PlayStation in the other one. So this is quite literally a do-it-all solution for game streaming. You don't need to worry about having a PC and an Xbox and then sort of having all of this space, and you have to carry them around if you're going to film from different locations. You can quite literally have one box that does everything. So it's actually got a capture card within the PC as well. Whether this is something that everybody needs, I'm not entirely sure, but Corsair was saying that everyone was actually asking for this and they didn't have anything available to sell people, but now they do. So PS4 or Xbox inside your PC. What's next? All water cooled too. Speaking of streaming, we have something brand new that is of big interest to me. This is called the Elgato 4K60S Plus. And flexibility is also the aim of the game with this device, because you can actually record straight to an SD card in 4K 60 HDR without any need for a computer at all. So maybe you have your PlayStation or Xbox downstairs and you want to just play normally, capture some footage and then put it in your video. You can quite literally do that. Here's a little demo, look. This is me playing a game with one hand like I always do because I'm magic. You then tap. I don't have three hands, I can't do it. You then tap the record button directly on the device, play your little bit of game, maybe get killed by some robots like we're doing here. Then press the record button again and you can then grab your footage and it's on an SD card. You literally then will take this over to your laptop or your computer or editing station of choice, and then it will pop up. And here is our footage. As you can see, bang, there it is, as we were. See how seamless that is? No cables, no needing to plug anything into a computer. literally just works. Sound like an NVIDIA rep, it just works, except it does here. But the flexibility is that you can use this as more of like a traditional device, where you can set up your full streaming station, you can have all of your lights, you can use things like OBS and Stream Deck. I think that's really, really clever. Let's just pretend I've done some cool transition here, but I couldn't vault over the table. I am not Superman, I am sorry. I am instead Cooler Man now, because we're talking about Corsair's new range of coolers, most notably this, the A500, and as you can probably tell, it is an air cooler. So this pretty much aims to compete with the likes of Be Quiet's Darkrock 4. It's similar in terms of size. This one uses 120mm fans rather than 140, but the most notable thing for me, other than the fact that it is still pretty huge, is the fact that it's now way easier to actually install and swap out fans and change positions than any other cooler like this I've really used before, because we've got a sliding mechanism that is still a little bit stiff, as it needs to be to stop any vibrations, but I can still do it one-handed, which I think is quite impressive. And you literally just pick up the fan. If you want to swap this out for something else, you just unscrew it, plop it in, and then when you're done, you can just slot it straight back in. Really nice and easily. Can I do it with one hand? Yes, easy. And as you can probably see, if you don't really have the clearance in terms of RAM, then you can just raise and lower this without any tools whatsoever. But if you do want more traditional Corsair water cooling, then we have the new iCUE H100i RGB Pro XT. Very long name, this one. But they've taken over the pumps from the Platinum series, put them in something a little bit more accessible, a little bit cheaper. The H100i has always been a fantastic cooler, and they've now made it even better. You've got magnetic levitation fans, you've got RGB on the front. You can, of course, swap this out for something else if you prefer, but this is what they say their best performing coolers ever, and pricing, because you don't have all of those RGB fans, is actually more accessible, which is a winner if you're looking to get price performance out of your computer. We have now got a load of Origin PC things, we've now got some SCUF things, because Corsair have acquired or bought out basically both of those companies. But thank you so much for checking out this video, I really appreciate it. If you've made it this far through all of my rambling, I am impressed. Please hit the like button if you've enjoyed it, it really does help out. Get subscribed for more videos just like this from CES 2020, and I'll see you in the next one.